Hey guys, so I thought I'd do a little vlog from within the fiesta, mostly because people are still sleeping, so I don't want to wake them up with what's about to happen. So it's been a couple days since I made a road video, and that's because I put up my Twilight parody yesterday, or 2 days ago. If you haven't seen it, link, go click on my New Moon parody. So when I last talked to you, I was in Denver. I've gone from Denver to Kansas City to Crystal Lake, Illinois, where I grew up, and I'm in Chicago right now, about to head to Detroit. But let's talk about Kansas for a while. I realize there's probably really cool parts of Kansas, but there is nothing in Kansas. And the parts that I saw, I didn't like. So I was driving down the freeway, and I was going pretty much the speed limit, and a cop sees me driving down, does that little flippy thing that they do, and starts speeding up next to me. So I'm like, he speeds up next to me but doesn't quite get in front of me or get next to me, and then pulls behind me and pulls me over. I'm like, crap. So it goes over, he goes, can I have a license and registration? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I handed it to him. He comes back, he goes, well, I pulled you over for going 5 or 6 over. First of all, 5 or 6? Do you want to get specific? And who gets pulled over for going 5 over the speed limit? What? So then I'm like, I'm sorry for speeding. He goes, yeah, just slow down a bit. So where are you going? I'm going to Kansas City. Why are you going there? And it turns into like a 15-minute grill session. Imagine trying to explain to some hick cop in the middle of Kansas that you make YouTube videos for a living and you have to explain Google ad revenue share. So he was like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm like, I'm not surprised. So then he starts to walk away, and I'm like, okay, perfect. But then he comes right back, and he was like, so, tell me about the car. I thought maybe he just wanted to know about the Fiesta, so I started telling him about it. And he's like, well, here's the situation. You seemed a little nervous when I came up, and he goes, why are you nervous? I'm like, I don't get pulled over by cops very often. I don't have a lot of experience with this sort of thing. He goes, well, we have a lot of drug trafficking coming through Kansas City. Do you mind if I search your car? I'm like, sure. He goes, have a good night, and walks back to his car and just is done. What? From there, I managed to get tailed by 3 different cops. And one of the cops actually pulled up next to me, looked at me, turned his lights on, and then sped off. Can someone please tell me what is up with the cops in Kansas? So I pull off in Kansas City to get some food or whatever, and I get done eating, and I come out to my car, and I swear to God, I cannot make this up. There was 3 like toothless, crazy looking dudes next to a big broken down pickup truck looking at my car, and I walk over to my car, and they're like, hey, nice car, where did you get it? And just start I'm just like, oh my God, give me this civilization. So finally I get in the car, and I end up in Kansas City. Not much to say about that. Then ended up in Chicago with my family, and that was good. So that made it okay. But sorry guys, Kansas City, probably the whole state of Kansas, never gonna go there again. Ever. So now I'm about to head out to Detroit. Take the Ford Fiesta to its Mecca, and hopefully get to see some of the cool stuff at the Ford plant. So I'm going to be in Detroit tonight, the 6th. And then it goes Detroit, New Jersey, and then the big gathering in New York, 11/8/9, this Sunday, 2 p.m. at the Grand Central Station in the Great Hall. So if you guys want to come out and meet me, Grand Central Station this Sunday. Oh, and one last thing. You guys can still send me emails while I'm on the road to supricky06 supricky06roadtrip@gmail.com. Link is in the sidebar. Also my Twitter, twitter.com/supricky06, and I'm going to tweet out what cities I'm going to be going through, and you can follow along.